Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is my bi-weekly Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is my bi-weekly makeup basket day, and as you know from my video last week, I did all MAC products last week. I think I kind of failed to explain that my plan is to kind of do themes each week. So last week being my MAC, or the last 2 weeks being my MAC, and this 2 weeks I plan to do all loose powder products, or at least the majority loose powder products. Of course, I'm still going to use some other eyeshadows, probably my Pan That palettes, some things that are in my Project Pan, the couple ones that I have going, my 5 by Cinco de Mayo and my 7 by Summer Solstice. So I'll still be using those, but this is an effort for me to kind of rotate through the things that I have in my collection. So some weeks are going to be a little harder on themes for me, but I've come up with some things like all pink or all purple or things like that that are going to get a little bit more variety pulled out of my collection. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the things that I used last week and kind of just briefly go through what I was really loving and enjoying in the last 2 weeks with my MAC products. Show you the things that I didn't really use and some things that I might be considering decluttering or getting rid of. And we'll go from there. So I have some swatches on the back of my hand, on my wrist here, but I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. So we'll go through. Starting with face products, I did pull several different MAC foundations that I wanted to try and use. I do have my MAC Face and Body Foundation in my 2016 Makeup Use Up Goals, so I am still working on this. I've been mixing this, wearing it today. I've been mixing it with my IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. This is a little bit on the darker side for me, and the CC cream is a little bit too light for me. So the mixture of the two of these is really perfect, and I really love the finish on my skin. The next one that I've been really using the most is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NW20, and I've really been enjoying this and the combo of the IT Cosmetics and the Face and Body Foundation. The next one is my MAC Match Master Foundation. I think this is in 2 or 2.5. This is in 2.0, and as you can see, it's a little bit on the dark side. So you can see it did match me at one point. I did use it quite a bit, but I was tanning then. So I did only use this once because the color match wasn't quite right, but I would like to use this with the CC cream and see if it helps the color any. But I did only use that once. And the foundation that I did not get to use at all is the MAC Mineralized Moisture SPF foundation, and this is in the color NC20. I think I was a little afraid of this because I think it might make me too dewy, but I really probably should use it and just see if it's something that I should really be passing along. The SPF in this is definitely expired, but I'm not going to use it for its SPF properties, so I'm not really worried about that. So I'm going to keep this out, I think, because I want to at least try it once. So I'm going to make a point to do that in my next basket. So this, along with my MAC Face and Body, are going to stay in for the next basket for my face. As far as concealers go, I was using my MAC Studio Fix concealers. I've gotten some good progress on these. These are in my 2016 Makeup Use Up as well. Might even be in my 17 by 2017. I've kind of lost track of the stuff that's in those, but got some good use out of these. Continuing to use that. And of course I use my Studio Fix concealer, the little pot concealer. That is just an everyday staple in my basket, so I'm not going to go ahead and show that. As far as powder goes, I did use my Mineralized Skin Finish in the color medium, and I don't know if anybody can tell, but I really think that I worked that dome down in the last 2 weeks. But this was the only powder that I used over my entire face. I really did enjoy this. Mattified me a lot more than I really remember it doing, and really enjoy it. I do have to powder down by the end of the day, but still really enjoyed this. I have a powder in my 5 by Cinco de Mayo that I'm working on that goes underneath my eyes. So I use both of them on a daily basis. The bronzer that I was using is MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Give Me Sun. And this is what it looks like. I do have a swatch of that here. And I really did enjoy this. I remember it definitely having a kind of orange tint or hue to it. Really makes you look good in the summer because it really bronzes you up. I am wearing it today. Fell in love with this. There is another bronzer that I'm really interested in using, and one powder one that I did pull for this basket coming up, but I think I'm going to go ahead and leave this in just so that I can use it because I really think I will miss it. So I'm going to rotate through some bronzers in the next basket, but I do have one that's powder, so really excited to continue to use that in my basket. The next thing are blushes, and the first blush here is the MAC Petal Power Mineralized Blush, and this is that golden kind of pinky watermelon kind of blush. Really pretty. That is what is right here. I know it's really difficult. Should have done them a little more here, but that is that color there. And the next color over from that is the MAC color in the color Royal Sunset. This came out in one of their, I think like their orange collection or something like that. I had never used it, and oh boy, I fell in love with it this time. This is the color right here. It's a nice, really soft peach color. Beautiful. I used that several times along with the Petal Power. I'm really surprised. I got a lot of use out of these blushes this last 2 weeks. The next one is this color, this MAC Mineralized Blush in the color Just a Wisp. This is really pretty, but it is really, really frosty. Very frosty. I think you can see it in the pan there. And that is this color right here, and you don't get the frostiness out of it, but it's very frosty. The next color is the MAC color in Full of Joy, and this is pretty much everybody's staple lavender for the springtime. Really pretty color. I'm wearing it today. Really love it, and that is that color right there. And as far as highlighters go, I didn't pull out the Whisper of Guilt. Forgot to grab it, but I used the Whisper of Guilt a couple times, and then I really use this mineralized skin finish in the color Lightscapade quite a bit. You can see that iridescent veining through there. You can see the blue. It's almost got like a brown kind of color, and the majority of the powder is like a white kind of iridescence. I will tell you, this reminds me so much of Kat Von D Thunderstruck eyeshadow, and also MAC Vanilla Pigment. Just the shift, it's not as pigmented, nowhere near as pigmented, but, and I know you can't really see that, but I did put it there. Just the shift when you put it on your skin, absolutely beautiful. And I was in the bathroom, and it was kind of dark. There was like no light in the bathroom, and the only thing you could see was where I highlighted. It was the coolest thing because it was almost glow in the dark. It was the coolest thing. You could see it on my cheekbones, you could see it on the tip of my nose, here and here. I kind of looked like an alien, but I thought it was really cool because I knew what it was. So that is what I was using on my face. I forgot to tell you, I have been using my MAC Strobe Cream. Really excited. I love this. I don't know about anybody else, but I really love the smell of MAC foundation and MAC Strobe Cream. The two of these together, I have no idea why I like the smell so much, but I really enjoy it. I like smelling it on my skin all day. It's the craziest thing, but I really enjoy it. So as far as my eyes, I will go ahead and show you the things that I only used once. I'll go ahead and show you the things that I haven't used at all, and then I'll show you the things that I was just absolutely obsessed with. So the first thing that I did use this 2 weeks was this Cinderella Studio Eyegloss in the color Lightly Tauped. I do think they're coming out with this again in another collection coming up soon. And there is a lot of product in here. Product that I know that even if I found a way that I like to use this every once in a while, I'm not going to use all that product. And I know I've dipped my finger in it, and it's a cream gel kind of product, so I'm not sure if it's really appropriate to give away or try to give to somebody else. Let me know what you think I should try to do with this, but I definitely think, other than the packaging, which is kind of hard to give up, I don't really like this product. It definitely makes anything you put underneath it, because I've seen people put shadow down and this over top of it. It makes it all run together. It makes it crease because your eyes close. Even if you only put it on the lid, your eyes close, and then it gets on the top lid and it just creates a crease, and it doesn't look cute. unless you're going for like a really grungy look, and even then it's just, I think I'm so OCD that it bothers me. So I'm going to try and use this by itself, but I generally don't like the feel. I feel like it makes my eye, I think I've used it by itself before, and it makes my eye look crepey, and I really don't like that because when you're putting it on, it's like tacky, so it's pulling against your finger. I just don't think it's healthy for your eyes. I think it might age you if you use it too much over time, but I think I'm going to get rid of it. The next product I've had for a while, I know. This is the Seaside Cream Color Base, and I didn't swatch that lightly tauped, but it's just very sparkly. So there's that, and I do have that here. That's what that looks like. So I did not use it as a base for my highlighter, which I intended to do because I feel like it's just such an extra, you know what, I did do it once, but I did it under my makeup, and I put foundation over top of it. Just wanted to give me that lit from within glow, and I didn't really get that out of it. It's very subtle. I had to like apply it a lot for me to see that I even had it on. I really like it though. I did use it on my inner corner as an inner corner base, but I felt like it's just too much of an extra step for me in the morning to use this on a regular basis. So we'll see. I want to get going because this video is a little bit on the long side. Something I know I love, but I did only use once, is this MAC Rubenesque paint pot. And this is just a really nice orange color, and that is here. It's very light, so you can't see it. And I think that that's what I really didn't like about it, is it required so many applications on my eyelid for me to get a good like show out of it, like it was there. But I really do like it. Some things I didn't use is this paint pot in the color Antique Diamond. That is right next to Rubenesque. That is this paint pot here. Looks kind of like a little on the green side. This is Marilyn Monroe MAC How to Marry Volux Pearl Eyeshadow. It's a white shadow. I'm looking at it out here and it's really pretty, but I don't know that it's unique enough. And I do have some other Marilyn products from the collection, so I may get rid of that. The next is the MAC Blue Willow Pressed Pigment. Again, looking at it out here, looks really pretty, but I don't know that it's something that I need in my collection. There's that. And the MAC Cream Color Base in the color All Nature. I told you before, this is like a kind of shit brown color, shit green color. So I don't know about that. But there's that. I used my brow set in the color Emphatically Blonde. I'm wearing it today. I've really enjoyed it and fell in love with it, but I do have some brow products that I want to get through this year, so I'm going to kind of put this back aside. And one thing that I know I did not use but a couple of times is this brow pencil in the color Fling. I know I like it. Just going to kind of put it aside because I do have some other stuff to go through. Okay, really quickly. On my eyes today, I'm wearing the the MAC Kelly Osbourne collection. Really enjoy this palette. Really, really pretty. I do have the Sharon palette as well, but this is the one I chose to pull just for a little bit of color. I do enjoy this. I feel like this color here in the color Fizzy Rose really does work well with the Full of Joy blush. I used my Brooke Shields palette only a couple times. Primarily I used this color here with a couple of different looks. This is the color Satin Taupe, and I do have a color that I wanted to gravitate towards there in this palette, and this is Expensive Pink, but I have this in my regular MAC palette. So that's pretty much all I used out of this palette. I thought I would use it more, and I would really like to get some more use out of it. But what I did a lot for like the first week out of this palette was I took this color here in Floof, and I put that all over my lid, and then I took this color here in Naked Lunch, and I put that all over top of it, and then I would switch up my inner corner highlight color. I used Expensive Pink, and what else did I use? I used Stars and Rockets a couple times. I think I used Patina once. And that was pretty much it. I really just could not get over these two together layered with a pop of color on the inner corner. That's what I did for the entire first week. I couldn't stop. I was like, I need to use some of my other stuff. Literally couldn't stop. So as far as lips go, I know I had pulled a couple that I thought I was going to wear. What I ended up wearing the most is what I'm wearing today, is this Proenza Schuler in the color Wood Rose. Really exciting because this is in my 16 and 2016 Lippy Challenge, and this is literally how much I have left. So sneak peek there. And I also pulled out this color in Oyster Girl because Ashley from TX Mommy of Boys, Texas Mommy of Boys, wore this in one of her videos and was really excited because she had just gotten it. Blew me away. Totally blew me away. Really, really, really pretty, alone or over top of any color lipstick. Okay, so take a deep breath. So the next 2 weeks I wanted to do powder products, loose powder products. So what I decided to do was pick some things that are going to go alongside of some of the things in my collection and in my projects that are a little bit easier to use. So this is going to get me to use a lot of products that I haven't used at all, or I haven't used in some time now. So that's basically, like I said, the goal of my makeup baskets going forward for a little bit of time. So we're going to start with foundation and concealer. And so both of these products, actually a fair number of these products, are from Bare Minerals. Obviously, we know that Bare Minerals does a lot of loose products. So this first product is the Bare Minerals Blemish Ready in the color Clearly Pearl. And as you can see, this is not even open. The only challenge I think I'm going to have is the size of this. I mean, I just mean like the, what's the word? The functionality of the packaging. That's the only thing I'm going to have an issue with, but that's what I'm going to be using for my foundation. Maybe not every day because, you know, liquid foundation is just easier for me, but we'll see. The next thing is my Bare Minerals concealer in the color Well Rested. As you can see, it's like almost completely full. I have used this product and I do enjoy it. I like this packaging. So I am going to be trying to use this as an under eye setting powder or an under eye concealer. The next thing that I have is this Bare Minerals eye color in the color Soul. And I really thought that this hasn't been open yet, but I have swatched this in store, and I really thought that maybe I could use this as a highlighter because it's got a really iridescent kind of finish to it, so I thought maybe I could use that. I pulled out this Bare Minerals blush in the color Beauty. This is a mini of the full size that I have. Again, clearly you can see I don't use these products. So this, I do have a full size of this, and then now I have the mini. As far as setting powder, I have the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. I don't think, okay, I did leave a sifter in here, but this is how much I have left. So I'm really excited to use this because this is something I'd really like to get out of my collection. So maybe I can use a fair bit of this and try and just keep working through this. So that's also a goal too. The next couple of products, the last couple of products that I have for face are, this is the Grand Bazaar Exotic Crystal Illuminating Loose Powder from Sony Kashuk. And I don't know if I opened this or not. I did, but I put the thing back over it. This is just an illuminating loose powder, so we'll see how this goes. Might be a little bit too messy, but it was really pretty, so I bought it some time ago now. The Bella Pierre, I was going through and doing a blush declutter and pulled this out, swatched it for the first time. It's beautiful, so I decided to keep it. And I am going to try and use this for my blush. This is in the color Desert Rose. And this is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Minerals Bronzer. Again, going through and decluttering stuff. I kept these for whatever reason. This is in the color Ginger Glow. I just thought these were really pretty when I swatched them. So we'll see how they actually work as a bronzer. I'm going to go back to using my Chocolate Soleil bronzer to kind of contour because I don't think this is going to give me good definition, but it might bronze me up just enough. So this will determine whether I like this type of product to begin with because I do have another shade, and then if I like it enough but don't like the shade, I might try the other one, and then we'll kind of go through and declutter some stuff through this process as well. So that's a really good goal for me. So anyways, there's that for my bronzer. And then as far as eyeshadows, clearly these are not the only things that I'm going to use. I do have some drugstore loose shadows that I didn't even get into or think about trying to pull, so I might pull some extra stuff that I'm not showing in this video. But these are my MAC pigments, and these are what I have the most of as far as loose shadows go. This is the color in Lily White, and it's got a you may not be able to see it, but it's got a very light yellow kind of tone to it, and I just thought this would be really pretty for springtime, so I went ahead and pulled this. This is the MAC pigment in the color Rose. This is a really pretty color, so I wanted to try and pull this and play around with it. And a pigment that I haven't gotten a chance to play around with at all is this little mini in the color Kitschmiss. And I thought this would be really pretty too for the springtime because it does have a really nice lavender kind of hue to it. So that is it for my products that I'm going to use in the next coming week. Again, these are just supplementing any other products that I'm using this time, whereas I tried to use all MAC completely in the last 2 weeks. This time, these are just products that I want to just get some use out of in my daily makeup routine, but they're not going to be the only things that I'm using. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup basket. As always, it's really long. I think doing it in this format, it might be a little on the longer side. If you guys would just rather see the things that I was really loving versus the things that I used and didn't use, just let me know down below. But if you're okay with the length of these videos, this is how I'd like to keep doing them, at least to tell you what I've really enjoyed using. So if you'd like me to cut it down to just that, I can do that. So again, thank you guys for watching. I feel so good filming videos. Sorry they've been sporadic. I've got some big changes coming up in my life that I'm not ready to announce yet, but I think that it really should help my consistency with video filming and uploading. So again, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.